Welcome to our weekly show, TWASONGA MBELE, a four-part series program with me, Silvia, that focuses on matters politics, business, technology and entertainment. There are a lot of unsung heroes in Kenya. Some of us do not even know about them, but they took part in creating Kenya and making it what it is today. Someone who built Nyayo House, for instance, is somewhere we do not know. Who are these people? Where are they? What do they do? And can we actually get to know more about them? I actually got to interact with people who studied Kenyan's history, and actually some of them participated in the history, and this is what they had to say.
The Muzungu was so harsh on us, so harsh that he never allowed us to breathe, even to rest for a bit. We would work the whole day. Now my back has problems because of bedding almost throughout the day. It was torture. But thank God, Uhuru was finally given to Kenyans. Now our children are eating the fruits of what we labored for. All of us, those who were in the forest and even in the villages, were treated like criminals. Harsh words, insults, yes. When I remember those days, it was hard for us. Hard for us. Especially those of us who come around Mount Kenya. We suffered during colonialism. You would be told you have been in the forest feeding the Mau Mau people, while in actual fact, you had not gone anywhere. We would be concentrated in the camps, being interrogated. It was hard. It was hard.
Well, at independence, the government would have made a good thing to recognize Mau Mau and compensate them for the work they had done. They lost out being in the forest, their children were vilified and hence did not go to school. But when they came out of the forest, they were told we are all equal and opportunities will be given, equal opportunities to all the people. So Mau Mau were very, very disadvantaged. The fact being that they didn't go to school, they were not educated. The collaborators, on the other hand, were educated. So the government did not have time or did not want to engage in an effort to train Mau Mau and give them possessions for what was rightfully theirs, what they fought for. Instead, they took the collaborators. The collaborators who were working for the white man are the same people who took possessions after independence.
Dance to the tune of ultimate refreshment. Grab an ice-cold Pepsi today and enjoy the thirst-quenching, real cola taste. Pepsi, live for now.
Hello and welcome. We're privileged to be having one person who's going to enlighten us more about Kenyan's history and probably what we did not know about our unrecognized heroes. So, hello.
Hello, Mommy.
Yes.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yes.
So, tell us tell us your name,
yeah.
What you do and about yourself and basically who you are.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Joseph Dixon Wathika. I'm a son of a former freedom fighter and a canoe leader and a cow leader who was involved in the struggle for independence, right, even from the 40s. And I remember when we were growing up, we were kind of caught up in the fight when we were very young, because my father was involved with it right from the beginning, and he was among the first people to be apprehended and detained in those early years. he was a businessman in Nairobi. By that time, he owned a hotel and a general shop. He was doing quite well by those standards of 40s.
Could you highlight some of the torturous manual labor tasks that you could see then?
Yes, because let me start by saying this. When they were detained, when those freedom fighters were detained, or people who were actually agitating for freedom, when they were detained, and of course now their families has also been evacuated to up country.
Yeah.
You see, so we were among the people who are literally evacuated from Nairobi to the village back at home, and we found our properties were destroyed both in Nairobi and up country, because those properties were actually earmarked. And this one belonged to a terrorist, so as they were being told called that time, because that terrorist was a term which was being used for freedom fighters by the colonialists. So we were forced to go up country. And when we got there, then of course we didn't have a home. The homes were being burnt out. We didn't have food. Our clothes also has been burnt out. So you are there, and we were settled in a concentration camp.
You mentioned that your father was one of the people who participated in Mau Mau, or the founding of KAU. So how do you feel because of the fact that maybe he must be one of the heroes, and yet he's not recognized by maybe the government or even by people as a historian?
No, of course we felt bitter. Because we were living under some kind of comfort. You realize he was a businessman. He had his own businesses in Nairobi. In fact, he was amongst the first people up country there to start building a stone building. In those early late 50s there, early 50s for that matter. So you could see he was a bit well-to-do person. But then now he went to ground zero, because all that was flattened out. The business were actually uprooted, all the means of livelihood was actually destroyed. Though we were start from zero now, but again without our father, who was actually now detained. So it's my mother who had to take care of us, young as we were, homeless for that matter. So, but when we got home, we found two of our uncles, and they are the ones who struggled and built a small hut, those round houses, because they are the ones which were in the village those times. They built one for us, for my mother. They took care of us. But also even themselves, they didn't have much.
If times were to change, for example, would you be among the people who would get out on the streets and boycott for the government to recognize these unappreciated heroes, because you are affected?
I do not think I might get to that, because now it's like we have forgiven.
Okay, thank you very much. That has been an edutainment segment, because you've gotten to learn about Kenya's history and yes.
Dance to the tune of ultimate refreshment. Grab an ice-cold Pepsi today and enjoy the thirst-quenching, real cola taste. Pepsi, live for now.
Employment is one of the greatest ideas in the minds of many young people who are about to finish campus. But what if these young people would focus on something more, like being self-employed or creating employment for others? I got to interact with a few of the students around campus, and this is what they had to say.
I'd like to be my own boss after I finish school, because I'd be able to control my business, I'll employ people, and I won't actually have to be there.
I do believe in being my own boss because apparently with the world of today, employment doesn't suit my needs. I mean, I'm not looking forward to be under subjection of anybody. Well, I myself, I have the power to be doing what I want.
Being your own boss is much better because you're able to control your time and you're also able to do more. You're not restricted like from 9 to 5.
I'd like to be self-employed because I think it'll give me free time to do what I want, and if I have like a family, I don't have to schedule my time with them according to let's say an employed person.
However, I got to interact with a few people who have been their own bosses for quite a while now, and they get a lot of joy in doing what they do. This is what they had to say.
Well, I'm self-employed because I worked for some time and I decided to come and do something out of passion. And I enjoyed doing it, interacting with customers from all ages, and I love it. This is the dream that I have. And I've seen it grow, thrive, and now we are expanding it. And we have not reached the end. We want to hit even the ceiling.
A business interview with Silvia is up next. Kindly stay tuned to get to know more about business.
Dance to the tune of ultimate refreshment. Grab an ice-cold Pepsi today and enjoy the thirst-quenching real cola taste. Pepsi, live for now.
Hello and welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So would you at least start by telling us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, basically what your life entails?
My name is Steve Dairo. My line is called Dairo. I have been in this business since 2013. I am a fashion stylist, designer, and a creative.
Sometimes think that the fact that you get to juggle both schoolwork and running a business at the same time deviates you from your main course.
Oh, no. Recently, I drafted cover letters and CVs when I was looking for an internship, and I found that process to be strenuous. So I looked at the statistics, and Nairobi has in Africa among the most educated people, and at the same rate the level of unemployment is so high. So I thought to myself, why should I also finish school and then go to the unemployment lane? So I decided to take initiative into my own hands, and at the same time do school and not deviate from it at all. Because I feel like recently, as you can see, there was the doctor strike, which they went marching and stomping all over the streets together with lecturers and all that. And I found it to be very sad because you have to depend on someone at the end of every month for a salary. Why shouldn't people depend on you? Why shouldn't you be the reason people are drafting the cover letters? You shouldn't let people hold your fate in their hands, hold your fate in your own hands. I feel like this process is just monkey see, monkey do. Like, we have to follow a certain process that we were taught. Why can't you just be the driver of your own destiny?
Do you think that you need more skills to see and grow your business to what you want it to become? Or rather, what measures are you putting in place, keeping in mind that you still have to balance both your school life and your business life?
Such a deep question. I can say safe is the new risky. Once you just sit there and wait for someone to employ you, you are holding your fate and yourself as a person at ransom, and that's very risky. Why do you do that to yourself? You should just be the master and the shaper of your own destiny. I try to balance it all. I'm not perfect, but I try to balance it all. Wake up, have a certain ritual or a certain way that you, a routine that you follow. And if you see it through diligently and faithfully, you shall get to your goals. Because Richard Branson made it. He has his routine, he has a way he does it. So if you get to know yourself as a person, if afternoons are the best for you, if 4 a.m. is the best for you, wake up, do it. If sleeping late, but you have to find the right balance between everything. You can't be, no man is an island. I think that's what I can say. Yeah.
Finally, give us a parting shot, or what parting shot rather, could you give this young entrepreneurs who are planning to start up a small business using their various ideas and say grow to what they want to become? What advice would you give to someone, especially who is in school or who is thinking of business and not getting employed immediately after school?
What I would tell the people who want to start their own business or who have an entrepreneurial mind is research into the field that you want to go to. Every field is different, every field has its own risks, every field offers something challenging. And I, in the fashion business, I'm not the same as someone who wants to go into an accounting, who wants to start their own accounting firm. So look at what your predecessors have done and just research into everything.
Look for the extra gap.
Look for the extra gap, look for what the market needs. Because go with the trends, everything has trends. So go with the trends, just feed yourself with knowledge. I would say you're never too old to learn, you're never too old to do anything. Yeah, so research and just go for it. Go for it. Yeah.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure and honor to have you in our show. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Dance to the tune of ultimate refreshment. Grab an ice-cold Pepsi today and enjoy the thirst-quenching, real cola taste. Pepsi, live for now.
Technology is not what it used to be in the past. Here in Kenya today, for instance, we get students finishing their assignments using technology. Businesses, hotels have as well taken up the technology aspects into their daily activities. I got a chance to talk to a few students who are pursuing technology, and this is what they had to say.
I think Kenya is growing in technology-wise, and it is something that will help our people to get more employment.
The future of technology is definitely bright. This is because technology has grown over the years. This is greatly seen in institutions incorporating courses in schools, and students are able to take them up. There are also websites that enable students that enable basically everyone to use them.
I'm very optimistic about where technology is going in Kenya. The government has begun supporting inventions and innovations through hubs. We have iHub. I'm sure there are other hubs that maybe I don't even know that are starting up.
Yes, I agree. Kenya has really grown in terms of technology because so many people and institutions are embracing the benefits of technology. Many even academicians allow their students to send things online, and also business people, they track their records online. Others have set up business online and also give deliveries to people.
Are we yet to see more in the world of technology? Well, we've seen the likes of websites, we've seen mobile applications that can actually enable you to get easy access on shopping. I talked to a few experts and this is what they had to say about where technology is taking us to.
I am Rosemary Mumbi, I'm a student and I pursue IT. What I do basically, I do programming, I create websites, and I make applications for students and in businesses. Basically what I can say, IT is the way to go because the world itself and Kenya itself it's going technical. Apart from this, technology has made it easy. Like it's been used in pharmacies and institutions. It's being used for students. You can do that. You can use IT to go download programs. You can register through technology. You can do a lot of things, and it also pays. It is really fun to do it, and you can do a lot of things. You can create websites. You can do applications, and technology it's growing. It's going global. There's lots of advancement in technology. So I'd basically tell you guys to do IT because it's a really fun course and it really pays, and it has a lot of opportunities, and you can't go wrong with IT.
My name is Abigail Kamalo, and I'm going to be speaking to you about IT. I do IT. I'm a specialist in IT. I studied IT and I work in IT. Basically, IT is more to do with computers and technology, but more on the computer side. It helps build the global village that is the world today. We have all these, we have social media. We have people who use IT for many things, delivering food, buying things online, shipping in things, or even things like WhatsApp. All those things is all through IT. And anyone can do IT because it's what's technology is what is the in thing and has been the in thing and will continue to be the in thing for a really, really long time. So I'd encourage people to do IT. It's cheap. It's cheaper than most courses in university. So it's a course that people can do, and there are so many jobs that you can do in IT. So yeah, I'd encourage you to do it. Let's make this global village even bigger but closer.
Dance to the tune of ultimate refreshment. Grab an ice-cold Pepsi today and enjoy the thirst-quenching, real cola taste. Pepsi, live for now.
Hello and welcome to our show. We are glad to have you.
Thank you.
You can begin by telling us a little bit about your company's history, how long you have been in existence, and basically what is Career Innovations.
My name is Silvia. I'm a professional IT expert. I have a company by the name Career Innovations. I basically do product branding, private inquiries, and delivering of products. I basically manage my things online.
A little bit about your company's history and how long you have been in existence, for example.
I, being a professional IT expert, means that I have the desire to do things through the digital way. So I started this company. Started 3 years ago.
3 years ago?
Yes. Mm-hmm. It was my motivation to start this company was by looking at what people are going through by buying products, how people queue for things, how people buy things, sell things. So I decided to incorporate technology so that we could make those processes be a bit faster.
What are some of the significant advancements that you would say technology has helped to make your company what it is today?
Career Innovations, we basically have softwares. When you want to retail a product, like the retail management softwares, there's the ERP, that's the Enterprise Resource Planning, which helps in planning our products, how they are going to be, which helps in the invention process, how they are going to be sold out, how long it's going to take for the product to be delivered to the customer who has ordered for it or who has requested for it. And this type of softwares help the process to be more convenient, more reliable to the customers, and help the customers get ultimate satisfaction.
So do you have like social media platforms where you get to attract more customers online, or how else do you use technology in your day-to-day activities?
In my company, we have a marketing department. Mm-hmm. We can retail our products through email marketing. Okay. There's a social platform. We have a blogger who sells our things online. And so far, we've been able to capture a wide range of customers.
What about bridging the unemployment gap?
In my own opinion, nowadays it's not about being employed. It's about you inventing your own products, you being your own boss, you being your own entrepreneur, so that you can get whatever you want. It's not about being employed, having a huge workforce.
The last question I'm going to ask you is on whether or not these advancements in technology have created efficiency, thus increasing profit in your company.
3 years ago, I had not discovered many softwares, that is technology, in my company. So the processes were a bit slow and will not get very many customers because the products used to get delayed. But at the moment, I have a very effective workforce who implements the technologies.
So thank you very much, CEO and founder of Career Innovations. It's been a great pleasure and honor to have you on our show. And I'll tell people to subscribe to Career Innovations. Are you expensive?
No, we're not expensive. The prices are quite moderate.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dance to the tune of ultimate refreshment. Grab an ice-cold Pepsi today and enjoy the thirst-quenching, real cola taste. Pepsi, live for now.
Fun, fun, fun. That is what most of us like to do, especially during weekends and holidays when we are all free. Going to the movies, supermarkets, enjoying a walk in the mall. But contrary to what we have been doing in the past, today we take a different approach in looking at what fun is, like bicycle riding, going to the park, or having a road trip. I engaged with some people just to get a feel of what their ideal weekend looks like. This is what they had to say.
Love to go on an adventure every other weekend, but unfortunately my group of friends are not into that kind of stuff, so I need to look for new friends.
I prefer outdoor activities like hiking. When you go out to nature, like the things you not see on a normal weekend, things like birds flying in a certain motion, it's not something you find in malls and all. So I really prefer more outdoor activities where you can get to connect with nature.
Outdoors any day, anytime, because I'm an outdoorsy person. I don't know, it just stimulates me. It feels nice to be away from the city for a change, you know. So the population, the pollution, everything around is just, it's a bit crazy. So yeah, outdoorsy.
Back to the topic of having fun and outdoor adventures. Did you actually know that there are experts in various fields of outdoor activities that would like to help and guide you through your adventure?
Dance to the tune of ultimate refreshment. Grab an ice-cold Pepsi today and enjoy the thirst-quenching, real cola taste. Pepsi, live for now.
Welcome to our show, TWASONGA MBELE. We're glad to have you here. So could you start by telling us your name, a little bit about yourself and what you do?
My name is Donovan Ogwa. I am a travel and lifestyle blogger, and I am a consultant when it comes to matters to do activities and outdoor activities, traveling activities. So yeah, basically that is what I do. I blog about travel destinations and I consult people on where to go.
So you just mentioned that you're one of the bloggers in Kenya who review various outdoor places. And actually once in a while get to act as private trip consultant for people. So what does this make you? Do you get to make a living out of it? And are you known? Would people approach Donovan Ogwa for recommendations about where they could actually visit for a holiday?
So yeah, basically this is what I do for a living. when I wake up, I just start by searching places I could visit around Nairobi, around Kenya, places I could travel to. And then once I complete my traveling activities, I go back home, I sit with my laptop, and I write a review about these travel destinations on my blog. And then from these activities, I have been able to get people who approach me, and they want to consult me on maybe destinations they could go as families or as companies or as friends, because that is basically what I do. So from that, I have been able to make a business out of it where I can actually earn a living from all that.
Okay, we've had awards for bloggers and all this fuss about blogging. So where do you lie?
I basically do everything at my home in Nairobi. I stay in South B. So because as long as I have my laptop and I have my phone, I have my camera, I can basically do everything.
My question is, have you been ranked among the top bloggers?
Okay. Unfortunately, I've not yet been ranked because my blog is very new. I just started this, I think, halfway through last year. So I am yet to maybe gain recognition for it, but from the little work I have done so far, I've been able to get customers and people who actually have approached me and told me, this is what we want to do, this is what we want you to do for us. And yeah, from that I can actually make a living.
Okay, outdoor adventure is what you advocate for, compared to all these other fun activities within the city. So where would you advise people to hang out anyway?
Well, personally, I'm more of an outdoor activity kind of person. So everything I advise people, every single travel activity that I do is based outdoors. So for my advice to people is usually I go for more outdoor activity than indoors, and by indoors I mean maybe going to the malls, going to see movies, those such activities, because outdoors activities are much better. You get to experience the environment, you get to experience nature and what it is, compared to indoor activity where you get to just be behind closed spaces and closed areas doing something that can be very repetitive. Outdoor activities, it's far much better because you get to exercise your body. Outdoors activities obviously entail walking or running or hiking or riding bikes or climbing mountains and all those activities, which is better for your health compared to maybe going to a mall, which will result into you maybe eating junk food or you sitting a lot and doing nothing, or even spending more money because you get to do shopping, you get to buy expensive food, while in outdoor activities you get to do your own personal things.
You want to tell me that for you, your life revolves around outdoor activities. Every weekend we would find you somewhere, say like in Karura, and not in a mall having junk food.
Yes, basically because that is how I make my living. That is how I earn.
That's how you earn.
So I will make sure that if I get word of any outdoor activity that is new to me, that is foreign to me, and I need to have done it, every weekend I have to go somewhere to do this activity.
So defend your point of argument with facts and figures, because you would want to tell me that sitting down in a restaurant is actually cheaper than going to these places out there. Me taking a night out, would it be cheaper than me just walking into a cinema hotel to watch something?
Spending time outdoors is cheaper than you going for indoor activities, and this is why, for example, if you take bike riding as Karura Forest, you pay 500 for 3 to 5 hours of bike riding, and within those 3 to 5 hours you'll have accomplished a lot. You'll have exercised, you'll have done something you've never done before, you'll have experienced nature like you have never done before, you'll have socialized with your friends, you'll have done so many things in just those 5 hours by spending 500. When it comes to maybe going out into the mall, first you have to maybe pay parking, because obviously you've gone to a mall. You have
That's
to
for
buy
an average
food.
middle class Kenyan citizen.
Exactly. You have to pay to buy food, which at malls it's very hard to find cheap food. Yes, you have to pay for your activity, whether it's watching a movie or shopping or whatever you do, playing games at an arcade. You'll have to pay for that. Instead of that, you could go outside, maybe a picnic, where you prepare your food at home and carry it to wherever you are. So maybe the only expenses you're paying for is fuel for your car, and maybe an entry fee to a park, which can't be more than 100 shillings. So it is cheaper spending your weekends or spending your extra time outdoors doing fun activities, doing healthy activities, compared to going to the mall, maybe to have a drink or to eat or to,
So what have you gained yourself from these outdoor activities? You can tell us something, maybe in terms of fitness, maybe in terms of who used to be and who you are now, what used to be and where you are.
Basically, with the outdoor activity, first of all, I've gotten to meet very many people. I've gotten to socialize with very many people. I've gotten to make new friends. My social life is much more active after doing outdoor activities than ever before. And then in terms of health, when it comes to fitness, my fitness has improved by a very big gap, because now I can go for example, because you do a lot of walking, you do a lot of running, you do a lot of cardiovascular activities. So obviously your fitness has to improve, yes? Yeah, so basically I can feel healthier, like I can feel much better than not jogging, but probably I'll try jogging, because I've never actually thought about jogging, but I believe I can do much more activities without getting tired for a longer period than before I started my outdoor activities.
Okay, that is all we had lined up for you in our outdoor segment, entertainment segments. So guys, visit these places once in a while. Actually get to enjoy what Mr. Dodo here enjoys over the weekend. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Up next is our Hyperlocal report. Be sure to send in your Hyperlocal reports to our WhatsApp number 29330, and we'll be sure to announce the winner of the Hyperlocal report each week.
I'm in the streets of Nairobi and I want to ask people about what they do over the weekend. Excuse me, ladies. Excuse me. Hi, how are you? I see you looking lovely. So I wanted to ask you, over the weekend, what do you actually do? Do you stay within Nairobi, or you go like outside Nairobi, road trips, hiking? What do you do?
For me, I go out outside Nairobi, so I like exploring other places outside the town locality. Yeah.
So you do go hiking, road trips?
Road trips.
Road trips. I'm gonna call you one day. And what about you, lovely lady?
I kind of like Nairobi a little more. Yeah.
So house parties are your thing?
House parties, clubs, recreational areas as well. Nairobi is a fun place. I don't know. Yeah,
weekend you just want to stay here?
Yeah. I don't have a car also, so it's very convenient to have things around.
Oh man, there's Uber everywhere.
All the way to Naivasha.
Oh, of course, they got money. Alright, so you heard folks, that's what guys think about, over the weekend.
Well, these fitness activities can be quite involving. But well, I think it is well said. Hashtag fitness galore, hashtag Tembea Kenya, hashtag life in the world, and hashtag health check. So what a couple of hashtags there, but quite interesting. So my dear viewers, make a point at least once in a while, visit one of these places, get to enjoy with people, get to team build with people, get to hike, get to do bicycle riding and all these other fun activities that are out of your normal schedule. So till next time, I have been your host Silvia Wamboy.